Hello and hello and welcome, and thanks for joining me. I'm ADG, and here we are for a daily race on Gran Turismo Sport. So, daily race C. I've only just checked out what it is, even though it's what day are we on, Wednesday, and these are come up on Monday. But daily race C is 24-hour Nurburgring layout, so I'm going to go for that. So there's 6-minute entry time, 6 minutes, nearly 7 minutes until the entry period starts before the race, but I need a good old chunk of time to be able to have a little practice and get a qualifying lap in. So we're looking at about 8 minutes 10 seconds for ultimate pace, which is unachievable for me, but which is in the top 10 times in the world. So 8 minutes 10 seconds we're looking for around about. So if I get an 8 around this track, I'll be happy with an 8-minute 30 probably, and that'd be quite a good time for me personally. Obviously, being an 8-minute lap, it's an incredibly long one, so one little mistake can ruin the whole thing. See more of my leg at the moment than anything else, but I ain't got my feet right. Got my slippers on as well, so trying that out for this evening. See how the slippers work on the old pedals. See if we can dance around as we usually do. So let's have another quick look, see what cars they're in. Couldn't quite see because of my own face. So the AMG looks pretty quick around here actually. Top 10 times, number 2 and 3 are in the AMG, and same as 7, 8 and just 7 and 8 as well, and 5. So not really 7 and 8, 7th and 8th and 5th, should I say. So let's have a go before we actually enter the qualifying session. Oh god, I've already messed that one up. The slipper's the way to go. It's already questionable. So I'll give myself a little bit of forgiveness, as it's the first corner I've gone through today, and I got it completely wrong on the brake straight away. Oh, I'm not going that way. 24-hour track. I'll retry again. Oops. So with an 8-minute lap time as well, when I get into qualifying, oh god, what a terrible start. When I get into qualifying, I'm only actually going to have one fast lap, because obviously 2 times 8 minutes is 16 minutes, and there's only a 15-minute qualifying session. So, well, this is qualifying, but if you actually go into the session and enter the race, so I've done it again almost, if you actually enter the race and do it that way, then you only get 15 minutes. Anyway, it's a good job this is a practice, because I've done absolutely terribly so far. Probably shouldn't have gone into first quite as early as I did there. Oh god. Oh my god. Seems I can't drive this car. Even though I'm doing quite well in a league in this car, it seems that I can't drive it tonight. So a bit of an embarrassing start for myself. Made myself look like I can't drive at all. There you go, hopefully that'll wear off, and I'll get warmed up and hopefully start putting in some kind of pace. Bit oversteer in the car, nothing too much to tune myself into it. I can't handle. Just gonna have to be a bit more considerate on the throttle on the way out. It's not set up for this track. Especially once you get into the Nordschleife section. Still on the relatively easy GP track at the moment. Coming towards what's normally the last chicane. and then heading towards the last corner normally, which would be the right-hander on the right-hand side there. And this time round, going around the Nordschleife first corner to go over the start-finish line of where you would normally start the Nordschleife lap, and then go down the hill and start the whole, God knows how long, 6-minute odd lap of Nordschleife. Bit wide through there. Don't know any of the corner names, so do forgive me. Oh, I got on the grass as I was going in there, so that was bad. Anyway, this is practice, so I can afford a few mistakes at this stage. Oh God, skipping over the curbs like it just does not like that at all. Oh, the rear end is all over the place. On the hard tyre, I suppose. I'm not giving that much consideration, but it's a bit of a battle so far, as you might have been able to tell. Try and settle into it in this next few minutes, and then back out of this and actually go for the proper qualifying time. Oh, no, I need to stop thinking of it like that. I can do this as qualifying and then enter the race. I need to stop referring to it like that. I'm just going to get myself all panicked for no reason. I could just do a qualifying time in this and then enter the race with about a minute left. Well, I know for sure my first lap's going to be absolutely terrible, which means I might as well restart once I get the hang of this, because I'm just wasting time again. It's not going to be a fast lap as my first lap, so once I get the feel of the car a little bit more and stop losing it every bloody corner, then I need to restart really to get the maximum time out of qualifying, because I think the tyre wear's on as well, so second lap's not likely to be as quick as the first after an 8-minute lap. Tyres will certainly take a bit of a beating. I think they're on time 7 as well, if I paid enough attention to notice. I did see that tyre wear was on, but I think it was on time 7 and fuel was on time 5. In, out, in. Miss, hit, miss, so whatever you call it. That's the only corner name that I pretend to know, and then I still get it wrong. Ever the professional. I'm just a natural born commentator with all my stats and knowledge. Anyway, putting my mind-blowing commentary skills to one side, carry on with this fascinating lap. Hit that corner. But it's such an important corner because it gives you the run down this massive long straight, and for some reason I just short shifted a little bit. Oh God, bit of understeer through there as front end went a little bit light. Too wide on entry. Another lesson learned. Right, I'm going to retry this now. Bear in mind I'm on the hard tyre and actually try and get a decent lap out of this. First lap. Now we're going to go for a full first lap, hopefully with minimal mistakes. As I say that, I get loads of oversteer onto the straight. Yet to start the lap, so we're just going to be a little bit slower down the start finish straight and into T1, but not too big a deal so long as I don't have issues like that all the way through. I should be okay. I went a little bit wide here first time round, so rein it in a little bit on the brakes. Bit scrappy, but got out of there incident free, which is better than last time round. Wrong gear, but got through there half decently. not really looking for optimum lines at all time. Just if we can get around the lap without crashing, that'll be good for me at this point. Got to think about your competitors as well. If you keep it neat and tidy the whole lap and don't have many big incidents or any big incidents, ideally, then you're probably going to be pretty quick compared to some people who probably been quick for some at some points in the lap, but then had massive incidents here and there and lost loads of time through just trying too hard and going too quick. So I'll try the opposite approach, almost go slow and steady. I say that, I'll end up getting into it and pushing. I always do. At the moment, for the GP track, I've kept it nice and calm and steady. I always brake at the wrong point. It's a completely different corner on this layout. There's that last chicane. Don't want to go too wide on the exit, nearly touched the wall there, but kept it nice and controlled at the same time. Again, not too early on the power, easy to spin up the rears on the exit through the first corner there. Nice and early into here this time, don't give myself any problems. Try not to ride the curbs too much, unsettle the car a lot on the first little practice lap. Try not to ride the curbs at all through here. Nice and clean. Car goes light as you go over the hill and turn in nice and early apex. I missed it a little bit, I'll be honest, but early enough to still get around with quite a lot of speed. Probably not as much as I could have carried, but that's my own fault. Turning in a tiny touch too late, missing the apex. Again, I like to have a little dab of brake. You can take that flat, but it's a bit risky in my opinion. In these cars, in the Group 3, with something with a lot more downforce, no problem flat. But the Group 3 cars do generate quite a bit of downforce, but they're not wholly relying on that. There's mechanical grip as well still involved quite heavily in the whole scheme of the grip. Try and keep it nice and tidy, even if it is a little bit slow through here, just to get a mistake-free run through that little tricky section. And then looking to get this flat out bit as we're heading to this faster section down here. Nice and tidy again, early on the brakes, probably slow into there, but I don't really care. I'd rather be tidy and not risk anything, get around the whole lap. I'm saying that, still a hell of a long way to go. The rear end were a little bit unsettled on the brakes into there, but it's one of the trickier corners on the track, so it's to be expected. So easy to go too wide into there and end up on that outside curb. Same through here. Hitting that inside curb like I just did is not in your favour, so it pushed me out wide a little bit, but just lifted off enough to compensate for it. The corner I always dread and hate. One big mistake through here and you've lost all your time. So I always like to take it a bit steadier rather than fast. But I'm always so aware that it loses me probably a second, if not a second and a half, 2 seconds maybe down this whole straight, because I take it quite steady through that corner into it. But I've just made so many, well, I've wasted so many laps around this track. I'm trying to learn it into that corner in particular, where I think I'm onto a good lap and I feel like I'm learning it, and then that corner just catches me out, and it does it time and time again. A few other corners as well, but kind of get to learn the other ones a little bit easier than that one, in my opinion. It's just me personally. Oh god, lost it on the rear again, on the brakes. Might have to look at the brake bias in a second. Coming into the carousel now though, I'll just concentrate on that for now. And look at the bias in a second when we get a chance. Try and carry a reasonable amount of speed through the carousel without pushing it. Again, so easy to lose it through there, or if you go too low to the inside apex or the inside curb, you can clip that, and it's quite a high curb in a way, so that can put you out of jilt quite easily. Anyway, quite tidy through there. Slow again, I feel, but nice and controlled, which is what I'm looking for. Slow through there, bad line going on, so I just rectified it by slowing down even more so to just get through the corner and then gain the line back into the next one. Oh, touch on the grass on the way in, massive oversteer, big catch, and just about managed to caught it and catch it and line it up to the apex, so lost a lot of time because I wasn't carrying the optimum speed through there, but at the same time it wasn't that big a mistake, could have been worse. Still managed to kind of lose it but get into the corner whilst losing it, which is what I'm trying to say. The fast section is this, and this is where you can make up a lot of time on other people just by pushing through here, but it's scary to do so, especially in this Group 3 that doesn't seem to have any grip whatsoever at the moment on the hard tyres. Do like the Norwich life, don't race on it that much, but when I do I always think, bloody hell, I should be on this every day. So coming towards the long straight, a couple of corners left till we get there. And we pretty much get to top out the car on the straight because it's that long. So we're going to the straight at about 130 mile an hour, and let's see how fast we get up to. We're only in the Group 3, so it won't be phenomenal speed, but it'll be quite interesting to see. Could do with a little drink, but it's a bit out of reach. 167 at the moment. I think that's going to be about it until we go down the hill a little bit. In a second, as we jump over the crest, 170, 171, 172, 172, as we go uphill again, so we start losing momentum, and I have to start braking. Don't go left, don't go right even, just carry on. And then first corner, don't go round to the right, go to the left after the first corner. Always got to kind of remind myself. Anyway, I better enter this race, so that's an 8-minute 30 lap. But I feel like I've warmed up a little bit now, so I could definitely beat that. So I'm going to do, I think there was enough time, I probably wasted it. I might not actually get time to enter this race, which is bad. But I'd rather get a better qualifying time in. Oh god, oh that's it. Might as well enter the race. That was bad breaking into there to do that. At least we can have a drink now as well. Let's enter. Oh, it's actually, so tyre wear is ×7, fuel consumption ×5. So how long have we got? Have we actually got enough time to do another lap? I didn't pay any attention then. We'll come up in a second on the right hand side. With any luck. Oh, 4 minutes, no, definitely not. But I will use it to just hone the feeling with the car, through, especially through that first sector. It's not the easiest. I don't actually know how many sectors there actually are if you break it down in on this track. It's probably about 12 or 13 or something. Probably even more than that. This is like 3, I'm assuming. Anyway, slippers aren't doing me too bad so far. I forgot about that. That's good that I forgot. Yeah. I'll just have a little warm up before it starts then. But I certainly won't get a full lap in, which is a bit of a shame. So I've only actually done one full lap. I wonder where my qualifying time is going to put me. It certainly wasn't the best lap in the world. Go left, go left, go left. Remembering again. So easy to get caught out by that one. Done it so many times where you go round to the right and then you think, oh shit, wrong track. Oh, bit fast down the gears there. Car didn't like it. Take it nice and steady. Figure if I just keep it steady through the whole 2 laps in this race, then I should just make positions. I keep forgetting about braking there. It's way too early into this layout. I should make positions just by people making mistakes. People will make mistakes around Nordschleife, but hopefully I do know it well enough to not make mistakes. So hopefully if I can just keep it accident free and incident free, then I should be able to get a decent result wherever I qualify in a way. But obviously it would be nice if I was towards the front, if not in pole. Doubt it though with my 830, it's very beatable I feel. Oh, that's where I went wrong on my practice lap. There's only 30 seconds left. Oh, 5 seconds, bloody hell. Quite the penalty. Oh. Alright, yeah, I'll have to remember that. It's one of those where it takes it off at the penalty boards rather than just being able to lift off and lose it. I'll have to look at that message in a minute whilst it's all going through warm up and everything and going into the lobbies in approximately 10 seconds or so. Oh, I was getting into a really good section when it loads up. Right, bear with me a second. Where am I? 15, fuck. Great. Said I can make up a few positions. God. Oh, good evening, Rick. How's it going? Ginger. Gonna watch me embarrass myself. Probably. I've got an itchy leg. I've been bitten by something. I'm gonna use that as my excuse when it goes terribly wrong. I've been bitten by something and I've got some kind of malaria and it's putting me off. Anyway, 15th it is. So what's fastest time? About 10 seconds quicker than what I did, which I knew obviously could go quicker, but whew, it's quite a lot quicker, is that? I reckon I could have done a good 6 seconds quicker with a few more laps, but 10's quite a lot. So an 8:20 is fast. Wonder what car he's in. Anyway, let's get into practice. Not that it matters whatsoever on a lap like this, and it never matters anyway. Oops, saw that coming, but I didn't really do all about it. Not that it matters in practice again. I'll warm up, whatever you want to call it, this useless session that they insist that everyone has before a daily race. That gets you about halfway around any given lap that you're actually on, so it's useless. Doesn't even give you a warm up lap. I need to start wearing gloves with my wheel or something. It's starting to peel off a little bit, it feels like. It's not good. Anyway, right, turn my attention back to the racing, not my the condition of my wheel. Got no intention of selling it, so it doesn't really matter. I can just about... no, you can't. No, you can't just about see me. Oh great, I bet I'm starting through the right section of corners where everyone else is starting down that straight. So I've got to go through the last little... oh, I suppose it's not going to be that tricky. Going at low speed. I'm worrying myself before I even got there. Alright, let's try and keep this nice and clean and tidy and let the guys in front just give me positions. Where are, oh, I'm going to say where are we? I thought we started on the Nordschleife bit then. Decent slipstream straight away on the Hyundai, is it? Up front. In 14th, Daddy Leadfoot. He's gone for the inside defensive, but I'm still going to dive down the inside. He's going to have the inside line into T2 though. Hopefully he doesn't go too wide and bash me off. Giving him a bit of room. Little SR down for God knows what. He's still there at my side. I need to get my radar on. Bashing away at me. So I don't like him. Kind of want to get away from him in one way or another. Either want him to crash or actually get in front of him and pull away. But with that kind of attitude, whoever he's next to will have a bit of an incident with. So I'd prefer it if he was having an incident with one of the guys in front instead of me. As you can see him weaving into there, and then the guy in front having a bit of contact with the other Mercedes next to him. That might not be actually, whatever car it is. More contacts going on in front. Whoa, massive moment of oversteer. This is what we're on about, people giving me positions, but I'm getting caught up in it a little bit at the same time, so it's not good. Guy just storms around the outside with the pace as everyone gets caught up a little bit. I'll be honest, I forced that guy wide on the exit. I've been tapped wide, so there's all sorts going on here. This is not good battling though, we're just losing time on the guys up front, which is very difficult to make up round Nordschleife, so it's not a good starting lap, isn't this? I'm going to have to challenge him for that corner because I don't want to be going backwards, and at the moment it's looking that way. I need to be, oh god, focusing on the guys in front, not the guys behind. Right, we're into the Nordschleife now. Hopefully this is where I can start pulling away of my limited but reasonable knowledge. As I say that, full 360, oh for fuck's sake, and then I fucked it, getting my foot down too fast on the recovery. Anyway, ghosting, we're away still. I've put everyone off into that corner it looks like, and they've all gone wide, so that's helped me out quite nicely. Cheers guys. The fact that I was probably going to win ghost in front of them put them all off. Anyway, let's try to get into this race. There's no damage on, so luckily I've got no damage, but I'm a place down from where I started now, so I'm in 16th, so I've got it all to do. But I don't mind a race like this, so long as I can actually start catching the guys in front, that is. I do mind a race like this if I just stay in 16th place the whole time. As long as that guy in front of me gets closer and closer to me every couple of corners, then that's what I love about racing in a way, even if you're not up the front. So it's all gone absolutely terrible, as you saw in the opening little stage of the race. So I've got about a lap and 3/4 to try and make it all up. Oh god, oh, he's gone wide, I've gone wide. Oh bloody hell, that was just bad driving. Got caught on, oh god, so oversteer it. I'm getting caught again by the guys behind. We've got massive penalties already by the look of it though. This is not good driving from it. I don't know why I chose to stream tonight. Should have actually had a bit of a warm up and then decided like, oh yeah, I'm driving quite well. I should do a stream, not just put it on for my first go and then see how it goes. Wide again through there. Never mind. Carry as much speed as possible through there and through here as well. Wide through all three apexes, but again, never mind. Oh, oh my god, my lines are terrible, so it's completely letting me down. Right, dropped even more positions, so I'm into 17th now. How low can I go before I start driving decently? I've lost another one, well, gained one and lost one at the same time. Right, I've got no one behind me. Oh, let's just keep it on the frigging track. I was trying to keep calm as well, I still made mistakes. Oh, I've done it again. Managed to wrestle it off the grass, but not good. Down the longest, pretty much the longest straight section, even though it's not straight, the longest flat out section on the track is this little bit, as well as the obviously very long straight to come later on. Those that might have just joined, it's not gone well in the beginning little section. I didn't start very well, I started in 15th, but it's all gone really badly wrong from the start. Some my fault, some not my fault. This guy's giving me no line. Oh, he's just let me pass actually. I was going to say he was giving me no real line to take through there, but I'm faster than him. Oh, I knew that was a bad line, so I just rolled it in instead of trying to get any kind of pace out of it. Alright, so that's one position made up. Let's start driving a bit better and get into this. Well, down too many gears through there, but quite a nice line. Just a bit slow because of the missed gear. Broke way too early and turned in way too early for that corner then. This is a tricky one if you're not careful. Right, this is where it can actually be made up with a bit of time, a bit of bravery, and a bit of skill. But slightly itchy nose, which can help. Slowly catching the guy in front, which is 15th place. Woohoo! what an honour it'd be to take that off him. Still got another lap to go though, so plenty of mistakes ahead that I'm hoping will happen and maybe gain us a little bit of time. So we're only, like I say, we're only 31 seconds off the lead, but I don't think we'll be winning this one. Jesus Christ, right, so I've got to pit. Hey, is it really that much fuel for one lap? Oh, I suppose it is on ×5. Oh, I didn't realise that, right, I should have been fuel saving almost. But I don't think I could have saved enough and gone at any reasonable pace, so I don't even know where the pits are, I'm going to be honest. Oh yeah, no, it's a normal track in it with the straight, so it'll be off to the right hand side, I believe. So I'm guessing everyone's diving in the pits. Gonna have to take on a bit of fuel, it's only a 2-lap race, so I don't have to take on too much. Go up to 1.1 just to make sure I can be worry free about it. Right, so lap 2, see how this one goes. So that guy hasn't had to pit for fuel by the look of it, and he's just come down the start finish straight as though he's not come out of the pit, so he's on worn tyres compared to me now then. So let's make sure I get past him nice and swiftly. Let's not mess about. Down his inside straight away, just using the tyre advantage and keeping it nice and tidy. So back onto my my extreme battle with 15th place. And let's see if we can close in on him throughout the remainder of the GP track, and then hopefully close in on him definitely through the Nordschleife and get past him at some point. What's the word? Scrappy through that. Race like this must gain you quite a bit of SR really. Not that I really need SR, I need DR, but don't go wide, don't go wide. Oh, touch the wall, a little touch on the wall. So I'm closing in on him a little bit, it feels like, but not at any kind of massive pace. That's exactly where I went wrong on the first lap, so I nearly did it again. Chucking it over the curbs and hoping that it don't do anything silly to me. Getting caught up to him a little bit now. Well and truly in his slipstream now, and we're getting into the faster section, so it's a good position to be in at the moment. Again, I can't believe I'm getting into this race as much as I am when I'm in the battle for 15th, but still feels like a genuine race as this. Guy in front's not any slower than me, it feels. Certainly got a bit of pace. Just finds himself towards the back. Really went deep. Just held it on the brakes for longer than I normally would. We've actually got a decent run out. We've gone to the wrong side really, but felt like he was just hugging that side a little bit more than the right, so I went that way. Got in front of him, but crucially before the braking zone up here. Need to keep it tidy so I don't lose it now straight away. So easy to have a big mistake through here. Nice and tidy, hesitant, wait for it, and then off we go. So I pulled a little bit of a gap on him as well, so that was quite good. Good little section for me there. Nice little overtake. About the most fun I'm probably going to have in this race, if I'm honest. Apart from obviously lapping the Nordschleife, which is pretty good fun on its own. Woohoo! Very wide through second and third apex there. Oh, I've got it wrong again down here. Oh no, I haven't. I've managed to just about grab it on the brakes, hold it with some kind of battle with the wheel. Nice and early. I'm sick of battling the wheel so much, so nice and early into there on the brakes. Touch up here as we go down a gear to climb the hill. Back on it. So I pulled away nicely and don't need to worry about that guy behind now. And I'm in my 15th place that I've always dreamt of. But after the beginning of this race and having a bit of a moment, well, a couple of moments here and there on the first lap, then I feel like it's actually ended up being a decent race with that guy, other than not being for a brilliant position. I really need a drink. Have I got time before I have to brake and go down a gear? Just about. Oh, that was close. Oh, what's this? Someone's just dropped out, so I'm in 14th now. And the guy in 13th is in front of me, some German guy. So, see if we can get this guy. Always spurs me on when there's someone quite close in front. You can actually see your progression if you're going faster, rather than just seeing it on the delta. It means a bit more when you can see that you're catching the guy in front and see his little mistakes if he does anything like that. Oops, I just lost it on the exit there. The carousel, it is a bit bumpy on the exit, I know that, but I just planted my foot a little bit too early and got the oversteer going on. Nearly a corner cut there as I get myself right on the grass. I really like these corners down here, but if you get the line wrong, you're freaked. I feel like I'm driving quite well, but not really catching anyone up, which is a bit of a worry. But we're driving absolutely terribly. I was at the beginning, but now I feel like I'm doing quite well. I don't really feel like I'm catching the guys in front, but I suppose they're well and truly in the rhythm as well. Oh, don't go wide. Whew, that was close. One more inch on the grass there and I think I'd have lost that. Oh no, on the grass again, just about gathered it up. Horrible corner to get it wrong into as well. I really like that corner, so that's a bit of a waste. Right, there's a few guys gathering in front of me now as we get towards the end of the lap. Not quite the end of the lap, but nearly gone wide again there, mid-corner. Driving badly again after saying that I wasn't. So there's a few penalties going on in front, which I was about to say. So this might make a little bit of difference to my terrible position. It definitely will, because I've got the run on both of these guys. He'll use the slipstream because I've got the run on him, but he has got quite a bit of pace going on. Still get down the inside of him before the fast left-hander. Setting my slipstream now though. So into 12th place, who would have thought it? As the fuels come up, telling us that we're running out and we've barely got any left. Last corner, and that's it. So 12th place. Didn't actually think that was possible at the beginning of that lap, starting in 16th and not seeing anyone ahead of us really, but yeah. So again, not the best result with 12th, but actually quite enjoyed that. It was a good race, which is what it's about at the end of the day, enjoying it. It's always good to win, but I'm going to have another one anyway, so hopefully it all lines up so I can just jump in another one and get another qualifying lap in, crucially. Try and improve. So that's starting 15th, but yeah, get another qualifying lap in and look at these messages. Now I've actually finished. Coming in thick and fast. Not used to anyone actually watching me. Yes. I haven't had any westerns actually, Brett. Cheers. Funny. Oh god, I always forget about that. I can hear myself when I actually put it on YouTube on the phone. Yeah, it looks like everyone. No, there was one guy that didn't pit by the look of it, Rick. But yeah, unless you conserve fuel, I don't think you'll be able to go around without using more than less than half tank. More than half tank, less than half tank. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm going to go for it again, so hopefully... Oh, there's bloody daily proper FIA Nations race there, and I'm busy doing this. Never mind. I haven't done any of them. I've done one for the full championship, so what's the point? I've got 5 minutes left, so it doesn't give me a chance to actually do another full lap to qualify again. So my qualifying position is going to be crap again. So what do? Do I actually just qualify without entering this one? Then I'm going to be on till about bloody 12 o'clock at night. Time's it? Yeah, I'll do that. Right, I'm going to qualify, miss the next one, miss this one, sorry, and then enter the next one, which starts in, let's actually have a look. So start every half an hour by the look of it. So if I start the next one at past, what will it be? 8. So I'll qualify till about 25 past 8. Or a bit longer if it suits my laps. Right. Just verbalising my little working out organisation there. Oh, it's me out of juice, Jesus. Can't stop scratching my leg. Making me wonder which my other leg now as well. Need to stop. Right. Come on. Do I actually look at the setup? Can you set it up? Can you tune it? No. Don't really need to worry about that. I only have that up there because of tyre wear normally, so I won't really worry about that, and I'll adjust it to suit. Annoyingly, you can't change a thing. Oh. Do I put a ghost on actually? I always forget you can do this. You can put all these ghosts on from the top 10 times, so I'm realistic enough to think I'm not going to get first or even 10th, but it's always good to see how you're doing against these fast guys with a ghost. See how much you drop back instantly in the first corner more or less, and then about 5 corners later you can't even see him anymore. But we'll bang him on anyway, so he's done an 809.3, hopefully. That'll inspire me to do something similar. Right. Let's go for it. So I'm going to do, hopefully, a really good first lap, and I don't have to mess about too much doing these qualifying laps. Oh, I might actually put TC on. Keep messing it up with a tiny bit of oversteer here and there. Don't really want to, but I might try it, especially through this corner. It seems like the worst one. Oh, excuse me. Right, away we go again for another massively long lap. So the guy in the GTR is in front of me already. The guy in 10th place in the world. Oh, surprise, surprise, he's already ahead. Got a nice launch out there, he did. That's where these guys make up the time. They seem to get a really good traction out of the corner and carry that mid-corner speed that makes all the difference on the exit. And that's where you seem to just drop away corner after corner. It's when they actually get back on the throttle and really get their power down. Somehow, seemingly a lot earlier than you ever seem to be able to do. Bit wide, just about kept it on the track. Whew, bit close up. Missed the apex. I'm going to actually try and hit every apex, and that way you can't go too far wrong in the way. I know it should kind of be a thing anyway, hitting them all, but sometimes they just don't. You kind of get a bit sloppy. So Mr. 10th place, whatever it's called, away now. We can barely see him in the distance as we head on to the Nordschleife section. Oh God. Woohoo. Bit of a moment. Good job I played quite a bit of rallying. I do question sometimes whether I'd be able to catch that if I didn't play rally games every now and again. That's kind of what you're doing about 3 times every single corner on a rally game. Getting the oversteer going and catching it, and the oversteer going and... Oh, not again. Short shifted into 4th with my panic as well. So back into 3rd, build the revs back up. Feels like a bit of a faster lap, but not. I'm dropping time here and there again. Need to just keep it nice and tidy, keep that mid-corner pace up, crucially. Wide, keep it nice and tidy on the exit. So I made a mistake, but I made it as small as possible by gathering it up as soon as possible. Curves are really unsettling the car. Be nice to be able to do a little bit of setup so you could dial it in with a bit more ride height and slightly different dampener settings to be able to take the curves a bit easier and be a bit more forgiving when you hit them. But it's not a possibility. Oh God, I hate that corner, but particularly tonight it seems almost impossible to get through there in this car. I guess I'm braking too late and I've done it every single lap, but you kind of forget because the lap's that long. So you come around to do the next lap and you do exactly the same thing again, forgetting that that's what you did last lap because it was like 10 minutes ago. Anyway, not too bad of mistakes going on so far, even though I've lost time here, there and everywhere. No massive major ones apart from this one. Oh God, terrible again. I don't know if I'm actually going to improve on my 830 yet. The way I'm going at the moment. Started quite well and then the last couple of corners I've probably lost about 5 seconds. Maybe shutting up for a minute or two might help. Nope. Carousel. Lost it on the exit last time, so nice and steady on the throttle as I come out this time round. Make sure it doesn't happen again. Oof, nearly on the grass on the exit there. Would have been disastrous, but just about managed to keep it on the track. Easy corner to catch you out that one if you don't know the track very well. Took me quite a long time to master that one and brake in early enough to get it right, because it's a bit of a blind entry really. Or if you just come over the crest not knowing where the corner is, you're almost inevitably going to brake too late for it, so you kind of need to know that it's there before you come over the corner. That's where the little bit of track knowledge around here actually comes in handy. Same with corners like this, they look really bad, but you can actually carry quite a lot of speed through these kind of corners. Not this one though, this is the killer one. Oh, it's so easy to go wide on the exit there. And deep, should I say, into the corner and not get the exit right. Little jump, steering goes light as you go over there. Turn in as fast as you can through there. As soon as you get the front end grip, be back on the power. Wrestling the car through this flat out section, getting ready to brake into this quite tricky right hander that's quite fast, but if you get it wrong it's really punishing. Not a lot of runoff before the wall there, and then that's a really tricky corner as well, so I always take it nice and steady through there, don't push too hard. Second little carousel, and then we're heading towards the end of the lap now where the start finish straight. Nope. What am I on about? Start finish straight. The long Nordschleife straight starts just after this corner ends. Run it wide on the exit, and away we go. And up to full speed for the about the fourth or fifth time this lap. Quite a lot of fast sections in the Nordschleife. Tiny little drip left. I feel like I'm in prison. Alright, come on. Hopefully this is going to be an improvement. We've got to the 8-minute marker, so I don't think we're going to beat the 8-minute 9 world record or whatever it is. But we'll see how close we can get. Not that we're looking for a world record, we're looking for a better qualifying time. A little bit light on the steering as you come through there, so just being a bit hesitant on the throttle on the way out there, just to get the traction a bit better than I did. So that's a lot better, taking 7 seconds, no, more like 6 seconds actually, off my previous lap. So hopefully that'll see me climb up the qualifying order a little bit. Can I actually? I don't think it's going to be, I don't think I'm going to have time now. No, I most definitely won't have time actually, it's a bit of a mistake coming out of it. Well, if there's one thing I can do whilst I've come out of it is double check what time it is. So it is at 8:30. So yeah, I can't enter that one for 8 o'clock, which was pretty obvious really looking at the time. So I don't know why I came out of it. More lappage of the Nordschleife then. I don't know why I did that at all. I'd already worked out that I couldn't do a lap and get into that race. It was either one or the other, so I do apologise. Momentary idiot moment. But luckily it doesn't take that long to load back up. Gives me a little bit of a break as well. Right. So see where I am so far. Is that actually a half reasonable lap? Not really. So let's go again. That's all I can really do, try and improve and try and improve. And at the same time, when I do enter the race at 8:30, then I'll actually have a reasonable chance of doing quite well in the race, because I'll actually know the track a lot more. Well, know the car a lot more, should I say, really, for the track. It's not, I haven't really driven Not many GT3s around this track. If I do come on this track, it's normally something a bit more fast and downforce it. Ooh, bit of an early turning for T1, but just about got it. We might get a corner cut. I like the early turning, but that was a bit early. Appears this time I'm going to see how many apexes I can miss without realising. So let's sort that out straight away. Don't know why I'm looking behind me, there's no one else on track. Got myself into some kind of race mode where there's no one there. It's not a brilliant start around the GP track, but I always think you don't make. I always really don't consider this part of the circuit. I always think it's all to do with the Nordschleife, but there's a lot of time to be made up on this track at the end of the day. It's like any other 2-minute track, pretty much. How long is this lap time now? I don't know, but 1 minute 30, so it'll be about 1 minute 40 lap. I've messed this one up completely. I want to restart really. I've already gone really slowly. Right, here we go. Let's actually give it a genuine effort, a proper go with a bit of speed instead of pussying about. Where's my fastest guy in the world? Ghost thing gone. I suppose I exited, didn't I? Oh, where am I going? Went to the wrong side of the track then. As I'm distracting myself. So understeery this GT3, these GT3 cars with a standard setup that you can't change. They're terrible. Certainly I can give you a decent setup to work with as the standard one. So understeery, it's ridiculous. Oh, don't do it. Whew. It's about as wide as you could possibly take that corner without going off. No! Oh, I tried taking it too fast. And that's what happens. Oh, I want to just race now. Do I do another one? Yeah, I've got to do another one now. Gone to the effort of doing qualifying. Room a lot there though. Need to keep an eye on the time as well. What time is it? 1:15. Here we go again. Come on. I can't even bother now. I keep daydreaming as well. Right, I'm going to pull over, have a bit of a break and go get a drink. And then, well, I might as well actually back out and then in the race. I need to take my slippers off as well, I don't think it's doing me any favours. Yeah. What we're doing? Getting a drink. Right. Refreshments refreshed. Give myself a minute. I've got a replay to watch. I've got my own lap to watch. Don't really want to watch my own lap because I could do with improving. I'll get into this, I'll enter this race, that's what I need to do. Make sure they're actually involved in the next one. I've missed it before, just by qualifying for too long without entering. I've ended up qualifying for ages trying to get a good time and then not actually raced in the end. If it's ended up getting too late or whatever. Anyway, it gives me a chance to get another lap in as well without running out of time. 12 minutes left, it said then. Sure, we'll go for it again. Keep daydreaming. It's not good. Anyway, right, let's focus a little bit. Go for another one, but a fast one. Well, I put my foot down way too quickly there in first gear. Kind of knew what I had, but I thought I had it in straight enough a straight enough line to be able to. Turns out I didn't. Nice little exit out of there. Quite good. Don't know why I'm concerned about individual corners. Still got the bloody 8-minute behemoth in front of me. I do feel like I can actually push that a little bit harder when I'm driving in my socks. Don't know why I was wearing my slippers really. Well, I do because my feet were cold, but oh god. Biggest balls. I either go perfectly through there or really badly. It's never somewhere in between. That is what you call it. Too much of an early turning. What the hell was that? I keep doing that. It's a really bad habit I'm starting to pick up. Saw a little video on YouTube today of a guy getting it wrong through that same corner. Bloody hell, it was a bad one. I think he must have rolled about 10 times. Oh. Nope, there's no gathering that one up. I almost can't be asked. Especially now I've ruined it and I haven't got enough time to restart and actually get a lap in. So it looks like that's going to be my qualifying time. Struggling to get a lap in now to actually consider doing quite well in the race. I'll still give it a go. Feels like a different car to what I drive in the championship that I'm driving in, just because of the setup. So bad with the TC off the way it is at the moment, and the way I've got it doesn't really matter, you don't really notice the TC's off. Yeah, another long straight. Oh my god. I get worse, the more laps I do, bloody worse I get. I don't learn. My first couple of laps were almost mistake free compared to now. Frame rate drops so rapidly when you're going around the carousel. It looks absolutely terrible. There's all sorts of weird lines come up on the screen where it can't handle the graphics. Not Gran Turismo's finest moment, the graphics around the carousel. Bit slow. I think what I've been doing slightly wrong the whole time so far is not relying. I'm going down to the gears too much, relying on the grip from like the diff, but I don't think it's doing me any favours. And then I'm just not carrying enough speed into the corners really. Always looking to improve and try and analyse what I'm doing wrong really to gain a better lap time. Not this time round because I've already messed it up, but in the future, going on the grass is one thing that I keep doing wrong. Massive thing. Doing it again. No touch. Just a dirty tyres into this fast right-hander. Come on. Ooh. Put her down as early as I'd probably could have gone a little bit earlier, but in Nurburgring now. Well, I don't think I'm going to beat my 8:23 lap time. In fact, I know I'm not. Oh, especially when you're that late on the brakes. Thought I was early enough then, but just couldn't gather it up quickly enough. Probably a little bit too light on the brakes initially. So it's an 8:35. Boo, terrible. And there we go. Set the turn for lap 2, even though we'll get to finish it, but deep into T1. Spin on the exit of the second corner. The AMG is an embarrassment. Letting me down. Ah, 2 seconds down on my own terrible last lap, which wasn't even fast. Starting to think this were a bad idea, this second race. Feels like it's taken ages for it to start. Two seconds, here we go. Right, at least we're back into another race in a minute. Brake a little bit later there, but I'm braking about the right place if I was right behind someone. So a little bit later into there if I'm on my own, but anyway. So 13th place that qualifying time's got me to. So it's not much better than my 15th place that I did last time. So it was hardly worth spending about, well, probably the last half an hour trying to improve to get myself 2 places ahead. So I feel a little bit robbed there, but there you go. That's my own fault for not being better. Not actually that far off as well. 3 seconds off the guy in first, but over an 8-minute lap, that's not too bad. Anyway, should be quite a close race. In theory. Not many English guys towards the top, so it'd be nice if I could beat the guy in 7th, which is the highest ranked English guy. Don't know why I get confused saying stuff like that sometimes, but it just doesn't sound right sometimes. Anyway, here we go. Touching bumpers as we leave, and we're all about to unghost into T1 on the warm-up lap. Tap the guy next to me. He's going to hit me back, inevitably. And then we all go for the drag race on the exit, and I lose out. Oh, what a warm-up lap. This is what warm-up laps should all be about. Get the aggression out. Down his insides. Keep it nice and tidy so he's still got room on the exit. Full respect even though messing about. Oh, I was about to go for the late dive. Right then. So we'll aim for top, let's say top 8. If we get into 8th position, I'll be quite happy. At the same time, obviously chasing higher than that if possible. I'm not going to just get to 8th and stop pushing if I do get that far. Someone's revving away. Rolling start, which is always good, means that there shouldn't be too much chaos right at the beginning. There's always potential for it though. So crucially, I actually start flat out when I actually get my foot down. I'm on the straight. A couple more positions back, and you're actually having to go through that last corner before you can get your foot down properly. So everyone's snaking as they're following the guy in front, slipstreaming away, as we all pull over to the left hand side to open up the first corner. So I've gone down the outside, but I'm now down the inside. The guy in front incredibly slow, which means I've got into the back of him, got myself a little SR down. Oh, guy at the side of me, I didn't quite realise. Noticed just at the last moment, enough, not too late, that I actually knocked him off track, but nearly did. Guy down the inside just had a bit of an issue into there, so he actually dropped back, but then positioned his car to the inside of the corner. So I had to try and go around the outside as I had the pace on him, but he had the position. He's pushing me wide on the exit. That's not fair, pal. You can race cleaner than that. There's no need for that kind of contact. Maybe he's just a bit rough and ready, but he could have just drove the side of me there without touching me. It's a bit unnecessary, but there we go. He'll probably do it to people in front, so in theory if he gets higher up he could gain the positions, even more positions, by barging his way past other people and potentially putting them off track, especially around the Nordschleife section. Everyone trying to make up as many positions as possible, because it's not the easiest to overtake around the Nordschleife. Even though it is possible in many places, it's not the track that lends to easy overtakes, let's put it that way. Saying that, I was tempted there to dive down the... Oh god! Idiots in front hitting each other means I go into them, I actually lose SR again, and I've lost the position just because of friggin' idiots that can't drive in front, banging into each other all the time. Oh, and I've got some idiot braking too early in front of me as well. I've absolutely rammed him off. In my opinion, he broke too early there, caught me out. It's a good job we're in the daily races. Don't feel that guilty. Not good for my SR though. And not good for my race with a 3-second penalty sat above me. Force him into a mistake. We've got right going too fast into there. No, he's not made the mistake. Another SR down. Once I went into the back of him again. No, maybe not, because it realised it was his mistake. Dodgy corner to try and get past, but I've managed it just about. And then stick to the inside, defend the inside line as we go into here. And that's 10th place. Hopefully this penalty line's pretty kind to me, and this 3 seconds don't kill me too much, because I'm in a half reasonable race so far this. Apart from the dodgy contact here and there. Oh, lost it as the car goes light over the crest. That's my fault again, going too fast into there. I've done that a few times and still haven't learnt the error of my ways. So 15th place, surprise, surprise, find myself in 15th place. It always happens at some point. Brilliant racing tonight. a massive train in front of me though, so it's all is not lost at all in this race. Even with the 3-second penalty, I think there's still plenty to be gained. There's a lot of people just right in front and not got away yet, and they're all battling into this corner, which helps. So a guy ghosting us, there's contact, 2 guys there actually. So 2 positions gained, there's a bit of contact between them and they're all ghosting. Somehow I get an SR down myself, but I think that was because the guy in front was messing about and I ended up touching him again. I always feel like it's other people's mistakes that makes my SR go down. Not always, but a lot of the time. So can I get past this guy into here? Not particularly my favourite corner, but does he make a mistake? He goes a little bit wide on the exit. I nearly follow him, so it's not the best run out. Well, everyone up front's got a penalty, so it should be an interesting one when we come to the penalty line. Oh shit, I didn't mean to do that. That was naughty. Oops. I genuinely didn't mean to do that. I had nowhere to go then, so I weaved a little bit. That guy kind of came towards me at the same time. I think probably more, well, definitely my fault that, but I felt like I didn't expect to touch him quite the way I did, and we just lost it into the guy next to him, so worked out in my favour. But that's a really bad example of how I like to race, so I don't think that I'm proud of myself for that one, but at the same time it was quite funny. Especially since I'm in a daily race, and I don't mean to go around ruining people's races, but it don't mean quite as much as league racing. If I did that in league racing, I'd be absolutely mortified with myself. Yeah, we're up into 10th. So game 5, where did we start? 3 positions, 13th wasn't it, I think. Found ourselves in 15th at one point, but we've made a few positions back up since then. Keep it on, turned in way too early, so I was always going wide at the exit there. So I had to be real hesitant on the throttle as well, knowing that I was going wide. And again, doing the same bad lines as the guy in front rather than looking at the track and following his lines, which is just doing me no favours at all. Just going slowly everywhere. So as soon as I actually start looking at the track, I'm right on his tail, giving him some grief into here. Not particularly the greatest of overtaking and opportunities into there, but tried to force something to happen, but he was good enough on the brakes to make sure there was no mistakes. I nearly lost it through there, and that's a flat out section as well, so that's a big time loss there for me. More to the guy behind than the guy in front. I'm sure I can catch up to the guy in front, but the guy behind's getting closer and closer to me now, which I don't really want to have to think about if I can help it whilst I'm racing. The guy behind, my eye has weirdly started twitching a bit, which don't help. And I could really do with another drink. Apart from those, lap 1, pretty successful. Penalty's about to disappear now. Well, the guy in front's got 6 seconds, so I'm going to gain a position on him. Let's go down the gears, so when we get going again, we've actually got some kind of pace. So I'm in 10th position, and I'm getting back up to speed into 5th. I think this yellow guy that's coming, he might get me. He might not either though. I don't think he will. We're getting towards the end of the straight. Yeah, no, he will. He's getting him a slipstream now. He'll definitely get me down here. If I'm not careful, he's coming. He's coming. I need to make sure I block him. He's catching me just at the wrong time because we're on the brakes, and hopefully I don't think he can overtake into here. It's about the trickiest corner on the track. Luckily, oh, I've missed the frigging pits. Right, different strategy involved then. Gonna try and fuel save, and if it all goes wrong and I run out of fuel, which I probably will, because it's a hell of a lot of fuel to save, then it'll just be one of them races, absolutely pointless waiting around for half an hour to do this race, but and then just give it away on the fuel. But there you go. I forgot about the pit stop, even though it was flashing up at the top. I was getting into that. So sitting this guy's slipstream and short shift as much as I can on setting 4, so saving as much fuel as I dare whilst trying to keep some kind of pace going. I think the guy behind's done the same as well, so he's fuel saving, looks like, and he's holding up a massive cars behind him. Actually a bit late on the brakes as I was flicking through the screens there. Keep forgetting about short shifting. I'm terrible at doing stuff like that. I do it for about 3 corners and forget about it. Just because I don't really like saving fuel, so if I can help it, I'll always put more fuel in and just run flat out rather than run out and after save fuel and short shift and everything. Working out for me though. I'm not losing to the guy behind, and I'm not really catching the guy in front though. But it's working out at the moment. I then go back and look, and plus I have no idea where I am. I suppose I can work it out from time wise when I'm 4 minutes into the lap, or 4 minutes 15, about halfway through, and then if I've got 0.5 of a lap left, which I've got at the moment, so I might have chance, but I doubt it. Oh my god, I'm fucking about too much. Brake. Oh, that's quite good from how badly wrong that went. Can't believe I actually managed to get that stopped. Terrible though. And now I'm losing positions. I almost want to quit, but there you go, I'm not gonna. So I'm on fuel saving 6 now, or whatever it's called, fuel strategy, or whatever the setting is. Actually feels a bit easier to drive because you can come out of the corners a bit easier without worrying about the oversteer as much. Oh god, apart from when you go down too many gears and you just unsettle the car massively for no reason. Guy behind me is right behind me. Again, I'm fuel saving here, so what's the time so far? 4 minutes, so we're over half a lap in. So in theory, I've got enough fuel left now, but to be able to get to the end, but not be able to really turn it down too much, so I'm going to have to turn it down, otherwise I'm losing a position. I've already lost it by the look of it. I'm going to put it back on the 1 whilst I'm running side by side. Didn't mean to do that. This has been a really bad race for my driving. I've been distracted by all sorts. I think I've just been sat here too long doing the same track. Gone a bit crazy. Yeah, not my proudest moments on this race so far. Been pretty dirty actually. Not dirtiest I've been for ages. Been good. in a horrible way. It's been quite fun. Don't normally drive like that, and apart from Wreckfest every now and again. Again, don't really like driving like that. It's ruining other people's races. Got the run now. And I've forgotten about my fuel saving. Got the power back. And we can start attacking the guy in front a little bit. Do need to start thinking about fuel saving more though, because I'm just going to burn it all off straight away doing that. Probably run out anyway, I think. Oh god. Oh. How bad can you make one race? Let's get back on track without killing anyone. Everyone kind of wants to kill me, no doubt, with the amount of contact I've caused. I'm going to run out of fuel. I might as well let these guys go. Oof. Oh, it's horrible when people are catching you and there's nothing you can do about it because of the bloody fuel. One of them nights where I think bloody hell I might have a few nights off. There you go, you've got to have your bad races to make the good ones good. If every race were really good, they wouldn't seem that good anymore. It'd lose its touch. After a race like this, bloody hell, a nice little victory somewhere would be a right little bonus. Unfortunately, I'm not going to go for another one because I've been sat here for about 2 hours, it feels like, going around here. And I've progressively got worse, it's felt like. Started quite well. Probably started with a tiny bit of concentration going on. And it just got worse and worse since. Anyway, we've got 10th position in front of us. Can we claw 10th back with our fuel savings still intact? And will we actually get to the end? I might just short shift into 6th, give myself half a chance. Is it going to cough and splutter down here? Or will I get through the final last couple of corners to claim the glorious finishing position of 11th? We've got to the last couple of corners, that's good. Can we actually power out now? We've got enough fuel. Let's go out in style if we're going to go out. Wow. Well, another bad race. I really like Norwich Life, but I never have a good race around it. I guess that's for me to learn eventually. So, without much further ado, I'm pretty much going to leave it there and go and chill out for a little bit. Anything else to say? If you haven't already and you've enjoyed watching me and you want to stick with me and all the various things I end up doing, then subscribe, hit that like button as well if you've enjoyed this, and I will see you again soon. Take care, and yeah, hopefully I'll be able to put on some better racing next time and a little less contact. Don't tell anyone about the contact. Didn't happen, just didn't happen. Anyway,